Good morning. Happy Thursday. Right now I'm filtering some water. I use a Sawyer squeeze. That's my water filtration device. And there's the shoe. So, might be getting some rain today. I don't know. It said it was going to rain a little bit yesterday and it didn't, so it might just be a cloudy day. The goal today is to at least get to Telephone Pioneer Shelter, which is about 21 miles from where I started. Ideally, I'd like to get more than that, but the problem is the next shelter isn't for like another 10 miles, and that's just going to be way too much for me. So I can try to stealth camp like I did last night, but that's kind of sketchy because along the AT sometimes it's tough to find stealth camping spots because you're really going up and down mountains and hills like all day long. So, how do you camp on a hill? You don't. It's not desirable. So the camping sites usually are flat and are flat ground, and it's the best place to go. So I'm gonna take it step by step today. I'm definitely gonna get to the Telephone Pioneer Shelter, and then I'll weigh my options, see how early it is, see how I feel, and then go from there. Jeez, that was a tight squeeze. This is the first time on the AT that I have truly felt like I am in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the woods. It's very, very peaceful. I can hear the birds chirping. Path is completely starting to get overgrown. I'm gonna have to check for ticks once it opens up and I stop. But I feel like if I'm gonna see a bear on trail during this 5-day period, this might be where I find him, or maybe a coyote or something. One can only hope. We'll see. time for a midday check-in. It's about noon right now. I don't even know how many miles I've done today. I want to say like 7 maybe. I started pretty early this morning, and been going pretty slow, taking it easy. Today's been an interesting day. Trail started off in some deep woods, which was really peaceful. It was early in the morning, the birds were chirping. I must have only passed 2 people in that dense wooded section. And then eventually you come out to some pastures, which is always nice, I think. And then I arrived at the Appalachian MTA train station, which is pretty cool. So I guess a lot of the hikers, through hikers especially, if they want to take a break and head into New York City, because they're not from New England or they're not from the area and they've never been to New York City, that's their opportunity to do so. They can jump on the train right there at the train station, and they'll take them straight to Grand Central. Obviously, I'm from Connecticut. I've been there before, so I'm not going, and I've only got 5 days on my section hike, so no need for me to stick around for that. I did see the train pass, though. That was pretty cool. It was flying. It did not stop at that station. Not all the trains do, so you got to check the train schedule if you're planning on going into the city to see what time the stops are for that station. After that, there's like a boardwalk over some swampy area, which is really neat, which you guys saw. You guys are seeing all of it. And then I went into some pastures again, and now I'm kind of towards the end of the pastures, I guess. I'm really sore, so I think I'm gonna stop at the Telephone Pioneer Shelter, I think it's called, which is probably only like a mile or 2 miles away from where I'm at. It's only noon though, so I don't know, maybe I'll lay down there for a little bit and see how I feel in 2 or 3 hours, see if I can get a few more miles in. Like I said before, the problem is the shelter is not for like another 8 or 10 miles after that shelter. So yeah, I'm not doing that. But I have seen a lot of like camping sites along the trail that are not marked on gut hooks. I'm assuming it's probably because now we're in New York, and in Connecticut you can't have fires along the AT, but in New York you can, unless there's a sign that says otherwise. So maybe that's why the shelters are so far apart, is because there's just random campsites for like 1 or 2 tents throughout the trail. I passed at least 2 already. So if I take a rest at Telephone Pioneer Shelter and I feel good, then I'll probably head back out and just look for another like stealth camping site. Eventually I will get to Quaker Lake, which is where I'm heading towards. They say you're not supposed to camp around there, but I did read on gut hooks that there's some stealth camping sites before the no camping signs start, before Quaker Lake. So if I'm in the mood, that might be where I head, but I am exhausted, so we'll see how it goes. All right, I made it to Telephone Pioneer Shelter. I've got my spicy sausage pasta that I'm eating right now. I went and filled up water, filtered water. Got an electrolyte tab in this Gatorade bottle. So I'm getting my carbs, my electrolytes. I'm ready to go. Oops. I'm debating if I should keep hiking or quit here. I think I'm gonna quit here. It's only like 1 o'clock, so it's still super early, but you know what? I deserve the break. I'm about 21 miles in for 2 days. My normal is about 10 miles a day. I did 12 yesterday, which was good. Really good start. but I'm feeling it today. So today I only did like 8 or 9. So I'm gonna set up camp here. Nobody's here yet, but it's still kind of early. So I'll get the first pick of tent site, and then we'll see if anyone else shows up tonight. I'll probably be passed out way before anyone shows up anyways. And then I'll just get up early tomorrow and keep hiking. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you want to see what Alpine Air spicy sausage and pasta looks like, it's delicious. I don't want to spill any because then the rats are going to get it all. Look at that. Not too shabby. I will be getting this again. Guess who's back? Alright, so obviously I lied to you. I didn't stay at Telephone Pioneer Shelter. It was just too early. It's probably about like 2:30 now, and I got a second pair of legs. I'm still sore as all heck, but I'm gonna keep hiking. I'm gonna probably do like another 4 miles, I hope. I've already passed like 3 tenting sites and like a half a mile from the shelter, not even. And those tenting sites that are not on gut hooks were actually better than the tent sites at the shelter. One of the reasons I decided to keep going was because the tent sites at the shelter were not level at all. They're like on hills. So I looked at that and I was like, oof, I'm not gonna sleep on that. That's terrible. I can't sleep rolling off my pad. So that was one of the determining factors. And then after sitting there for, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours, I feel a little better. After eating that meal and drinking some electrolytes, can't say I'm fully refreshed, but I feel a little better. So I'm gonna keep going. This is a pretty sweet viewpoint. There's some mountains back there that look amazing. I don't know if you guys can see it in the video. It probably doesn't do it justice, but this is a pretty awesome viewpoint. So from here, it's downhill a little bit, and that's pretty level. Another reason why I decided to keep going, because it's not a lot of, there's no mountains. I just came uphill for like 5 or 10 minutes. Now I'm at the top, so I gotta go downhill for a little bit, and then it's gonna be all level, pretty flat hiking. So let's see what kind of shelter or tent site I can find. I'm sure I'll find something. I'll show you when we get there. Check it out, guys. It's Nuclear Lake. Apparently, there was a plutonium research lab here, like in the 70s, that had an accident. And they had to spend millions of dollars cleaning up the site. But apparently it's safe now. The AT goes right through it. They say no camping and no campfires in the area. I know hikers on Gut Hook, right, that they go swimming in the lake. I'm sure it's fine. Who knows? Alright, I made it. I found a stealth camping site. It's a pretty sweet one, actually. Check it out. Here's my setup. I've got the pad blown up and my sleeping bag ready to go. That right there is the AT. Goes on top of that little ridge right there. And then it goes around, it comes back around, and then goes this way. So, probably about, I don't know, what is that, 50 yards away? And then there's a water source down there as well. I don't need water, so I think I'm fine for now. But I noticed this when I was up on the ridge. It looked like there had been somebody who already tented here. And at some point they definitely did. You can see some remnants of a fire here. They were obviously too lazy to make a fire pit, even though there's rocks right there, but you know, whatever, to each their own. We can burn them down the forest, so that's always a plus. So it's only like 5 o'clock, but I'm gonna head in. I'm probably gonna eat a little snack, you know, do a few things on my phone, and then just pass out. We're supposed to get some rain tonight, small chance. So the tent might be wet when I get out, but that's all right. It is what it is. And then tomorrow is supposed to be some scattered showers. Concerning thing is that tonight and tomorrow, the scattered showers, there's a chance of lightning and thunder as well coming with that. So that's a little scary, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It's like less than 50% chance of rain tonight and into tomorrow. So there's a good chance it's gonna be just like today. Today was cloudy all day, and then it like sprinkled for a tiny bit, but stopped. So I hope that's what tomorrow looks like. So I did 13 miles today. I'm proud of myself. Good job, Dan. I did 12 yesterday, 13 today. So my last section hike, I did about 10 miles a day. So I'm definitely picking it up a little bit. I am tired, but I'm glad I didn't stay at the last shelter. It actually felt good hiking to this location, and I got a couple more miles in. So that worked out well. And this campsite, and this stealth spot is fantastic. I saw a couple before too, and I was debating on taking those, but this one I think is even better. So it worked out. After this, there's like a route coming up, and then a couple other things. But tomorrow I'm gonna head up to RPH Shelter, which is like another 13 miles. I think that's a pretty popular AT shelter, so I'm kind of excited to see it. I don't know if you guys have seen it before, but if you pay attention to the AT or not, you may have seen it before. It's got like some hiker legs hanging from the ceiling, and I guess apparently it's pretty well maintained by people who live in that area. So I'm kind of excited about that. And then halfway through the day tomorrow, I'm going to be passing by Appalachian Deli, I think it's called. I think I'm going to stop there and have lunch there and get like a real sandwich and eat some real food. That'll be nice. It'll be a nice little break in the middle of the day. It's like 8 miles in, so that is quite a bit. So I am definitely going to be tired by then. But it'll be a nice break. I can probably, hopefully they have a place to like sit. I don't know if they do or not, but hopefully I can find a place to relax for like an hour or two like I did today. Eat, kind of regroup, let the blood flow to my legs again, and then book it the remaining 5 miles to the shelter. But with the rain, you know, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. It's pretty much the next shelter. I mean, there's a shelter like 3 miles up from here, which I was debating on going to tonight. I think it's called Morgan Shelter. But once I saw this spot, I was just like, you know what, I've done enough today. 13 miles is pretty good for me. Let me not push my luck and push it even more. Then I'll get a good night's rest and hopefully get back at it again tomorrow. And I'm not going to stay at 3 miles tomorrow. I can definitely get way more than that in. It's only supposed to rain temporarily, but the problem is when it's going to rain, it's supposed to potentially thunder as well. I'm not sure I want to be hiking through the woods when it's thundering, but we'll see how that goes. So that's going to be it for me. I'm going to call it a day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.